Welcome to Miracle Principles 3 and 4. The third principle of miracles is this: miracles occur naturally as expressions of love. The real miracle is the love that inspires them. In this sense, everything which comes from love is a miracle. Just like in miracle principle number 2, Jesus is emphasizing that miracles are not really where our focus should be, but that our focus should be on the love which inspires the miracle. Remember, real love comes from our source, and as mentioned in the previous principle's explanation, the acknowledgement of our connection with our source is what is important. The love of God is what is important. The miracle is simply an expression of that love. When we choose love, we are making an active step away from the ego, and this is huge. We are quite loyal to the ego purely because we made it, and we're also familiar with it. So to not listen to the ego is almost insulting to us because we feel that on some level we are denying ourselves. Yet the ego is not our true identity and brings nothing but trouble. So when you actively choose love, you are choosing to step away from the ego voice you made and instead unite with the Holy Spirit. When you choose love, you are saying no to the idea of separation, and you are accepting your truth as being perfectly united with Spirit. So you go from separation to unity. This is always healing. Letting go of your own ego agenda and choosing love is the breeding ground of miracles. Now for miracle principle number 4, which is, all miracles mean life, and God is the giver of life. His voice will direct you very specifically. You will be told all you need to know. This principle shares one of my favorite teachings from the Course, and if you let it, it will bring you great comfort. First, it is important to recognize that what we call life here on earth is not real life. The physical world you see around you, including your body, is a projection of the ego mind and is not real life. Only what comes from God is real life. Your true identity as being spirit or one with the mind of God, that's your real life. Remember that it is just a tiny part of your mind which is having this physical experience. The majority of your mind actually knows that it is one in God. And again, that is where your real life is. The next part of this principle states very clearly that God's voice, which is known as the Holy Spirit, will direct you very specifically. You will be told all you need to know. So here we are being told that we do not need to fuss about the details of our physical experience. When we relax and turn to the Holy Spirit and quiet our minds, we will be able to hear the Holy Spirit's loving guidance. We don't need to go searching for answers. We simply need to quiet our ego minds so that the Holy Spirit's voice can be heard. As we are taught in the Course, all answers come to a quiet mind. So this principle is reminding us of who walks with us. We are never alone. It only feels that way because, as is also shared in the Course, we are much too preoccupied with listening to our own voice. So what also stands out in this principle is that we can't be in both the ego mind and our right mind at the same time. We can only be in one or the other at any given time because the mind can only think one thought at a time. So do remember that in order to welcome miracles, it is essential that you turn to your right mind.